think I'm going to need to switch my sponges pretty soon. This is one of my very soft sponges, which doesn't get a lot of control in the small areas. It's good for larger areas. But around some of these other areas where I want to get a little bit more control, I'm going to switch to my firmer sponge. But for now, I've got this one, so let me see what I can do with it. Here.
Rita, you've probably had a lot of experience with sponges. Is it like a loose sponge that you're using, or is it like a makeup sponge?
It's less dense than a makeup sponge. I've never used the makeup sponge. I've had some students use them. I don't know. When I use a makeup sponge on my face, I think, oh, there's not quite enough. The holes in the sponge, the air holes, are not quite big enough, I think, on a makeup sponge. What I'm using is it's actually the inside of an air float art shipping box. It's that part that you take out where the painting goes. And if you can kind of sort of see here, it's perforated. This is what I really like, is that you can pull these things off into 1-inch squares. And then I'll cut this into a wedge shape, and I'll use the little wedge as a paintbrush, and I'll have like a little 1/2-inch or 1/4-inch edge there that I can paint with. And then the back end becomes a blender. And if you don't have an art shipping box, you can actually order this on Amazon. It's called pick and pluck foam. Sometimes it's called other things, but it's the kind of packing foam that you can get for like cases that hold delicate equipment or whatever, because you can pull the pieces out and make a shape however you need to put your object in. But
Rita, can I ask you about that sponge? It seems to me when you were first showing us that, or maybe you were just talking to me in an email, I can't remember. But did you say that because mine, I'm using, that's what I tried to use when I did an underpainting, and it seemed to me that I remembered you said sometimes one is a little bit more stiff than another. Did you say that, or are they all the same?
Yeah, it is. I mean, even with the airfloat art shipping boxes that I've had, some of this foam is just slightly different density than others, and you really can't control that. But sometimes I even have over in another corner of my studio, I have a big piece of chair cushion foam. It's the same kind of. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. I have a couple different. I just have a couple of different. See, like I have a piece of high density foam, like for a chair cushion, and I can take this out and cut this into little pieces, and it feels very similar to this other stuff. It's about the same squishiness. So, there's a bunch of different things that will work, and probably whatever you find, like here's another piece that's slightly softer. This works really good. I really like this for priming my large boards before I cut them down, because you can just get like a nice big chunk of this, dip it in your primer, and go at it, and then just toss the piece when you're done with it. That's my favorite part of using a sponge, honestly, is that I don't have to clean brushes. I hate cleaning brushes.
Of course, that's funny to me because I've only ever bought 2 of those strong, whatever you call them, boxes. So, and I don't know what happened to the foam from the first one, but so I only have, so I'm washing my foam out.
Yeah, well, I would, if you want to use the foam, and so you can always use brushes. If you're more comfortable using brushes, go ahead and use brushes. But if you want to use foam, and You want to just try some different foams. Just get like a little chair cushion, like that. The chair cushion I had there was only like, I don't know, it was either $8 or $12 or something like that. I don't know, but that, it's a big piece. It'll go a long way. Use one of these. This is one of my little firmer pieces of sponge. I have some. This is a little piece of it that's left, and I know you can't really see. You can't really see the difference probably on film between my soft sponge and my firm sponge, but this one is a little bit firmer, and I don't know where it came from. It was not perforated, so I have to cut the pieces off manually, but I just find that because it's firmer, it's just a little bit stiffer than this other one. It has more control when I go into small spaces. I think it was probably in some packing material, something that my husband got, some engine part or something. So if you get a lot of stuff through the mail, especially these days, who doesn't, right? Pay attention to the packing materials, because sometimes it'll be foam stuff. Definitely hold on to that.